Welcome to Sky Mommy Lounge, the pilot's lounge where we talk about life and other things you don't necessarily feel comfortable talking about in a room full of your peers. I am your host, Sky Mommy, and we're just going to talk some shit today. I kind of want to talk about my day. So, I am a combat helicopter pilot, if you didn't know, and there are a lot of days where I ask myself, why? Why? And then I remember, oh yeah, I asked for this. I worked my ass off for this. And then I have little moments where I'm in my zone, I'm in my cockpit, and I'm like, yo, this is cool. 8 years in, and I'm like, I am finally having fun. I just got to a new unit and I'm learning some really cool mission sets and things that I haven't been able to learn in my career so far. I do enjoy the fact that I have weekends off for the most part. I haven't had weekends off in a long time, and that I'm appreciative of. What I really like about this specific unit is that I have an opportunity for work-life balance, the elusive work-life balance, whatever that means. I don't know. I'm learning. I'm literally finding out. And I have an opportunity to be myself and be who I am and focus on things that are also important to me, as well as continue to progress my career and learn new tasks and become a varied and, I guess, what am I trying to say? A more marketable combat helicopter pilot. Like I mentioned, I do enjoy most days. There are some days where I'm just like, man, what are we doing? And I kind of want to dig into that. Um, you kind of want to. Some people want to ask, like they've asked me what my day to day looks like. So right now, I have a very pretty busy but varied schedule. Majority of the time we have a real customer and we support training and whatever that customer wants. And what I mean customer, aviation in the military, at least in what I do, aviation support is exists to support the ground force, and in serving our country, that's why we're here. So when I say customer, that is the ground force specific to whatever they need to train. We're also training to support them. So I have an opportunity here to work with actual real life customers, understand their needs, and communicate our capabilities and fulfill those objectives for training and mission and, I guess, the golden term, readiness. Um, so like I mentioned, that I enjoy. I absolutely love working with infantry, love working with rangers and special operations. So that is actually really rewarding. I was medevac prior to the specific unit for the majority of my career, a real world medevac unit, multiple medevac units like that. And what I mean by real world is that we are the units I was in would take any kind of emergency call that was delegated to us specific to any threat to life, limb, or eyesight. So we also augmented the civilian air ambulance. We did a lot of patient transfers in those units, and we also covered as crash rescue for the United States Army Flight School. So there were moments where those buzzers would go off, and that meant it could very well have been life or death. And those situations are heavy, and there have been a couple of deaths in my experience on our aircraft while during my tenure in those units. And there are moments where what you do do make a difference. So I will say that I enjoyed and I subscribe to the dust off air medevac mission, because there is a specific mindset of one, resilience, and two, just perseverance and not quitting no matter what it takes. You're going to get that person to higher care. You're going to get your team the best training possible to make sure that we work cohesively as that small team to get that patient, that brother or sister of our, like literally a US citizen, where they need to go. And that is important to me and why I joined the military, to serve my country and to serve my brothers and sisters in the United States. That is what's important to me. That's what kept me driven in this career field, I decided to broaden my resume as far as my Army aviation experience. And I asked to hop into a different type of environment, different type of unit within Army aviation. I now work in a very small unit where, like I mentioned before, we have a different type of customer. We no longer do the medical mission of the house because that is not what my company does. We do the more tactical training and readiness in support of the ground force and our commander. So that's what's really cool. My day today did consist of a mission like that, and it is new to me, like I mentioned, and it's just really fascinating to understand, hey, these are our limitations, these are our capabilities, and this is what we can bring to the table. And we have to be precise. We have specific standards on everything. Like it gets pretty nitpicky, but precision is everything because that can mean mitigating the risk to injury or life or death. So we drill it, we practice it, and we take our jobs very seriously. I don't want anyone to forget that what I do is inherently dangerous and there are risks associated with just hopping into the helicopter and operating it. And then you add people into the back, passengers into the back, training objectives. We need to meet our mission. Do we, we have to consider weather and other adverse risky conditions, and we have to mitigate those. We have to plan for them. We have to consider any and all contingencies. So I just want to remind everyone that no matter how cool and badass this job is, it's that way because of the inherent risk that are involved. So did I mention my job is badass? Anyway, like I mentioned, I had an incredible day today. I love what I do. And like I said, after 8 years, I'm having some fun. And with that, we're going to have safe fun, calculated fun. But I enjoy working in small team environments and being able to just meet our objectives. So if that's something that you like, feel free to leave a comment, ask me any questions that you'd like. If you didn't like this episode, too bad. It's out there anyway. Leave me comments. Like I said, I'll just laugh at you. Anyway, I hope you had a great day. Tell me about what made your day special or impactful. I'd love to hear about it. Sky Mommy out.
I don't see you fighting. I don't see you fighting.